and Dharma brothers and sisters. Again, this is the fifth week, and welcome back to the I call Dukkha Club. Oh, so you know Dukkha? It had. I tried to turn the air on, and somehow it didn't work. So that's why it's a little bit of hot today, and you can use that kind of irritation as a meditation object too. So there are so many things I wanted to talk today, but first is first. My daily routine is that I read news in my own language and Yahoo News, and I came across sad, terrible story today that just a moment ago. If you have read it today, that you saw that a father that killed 5 kids in 2014. Why? Just for a lousy thing that the boy did not admit that he broke his electrical outlet. First, the father killed him, and then killed the rest 4. And this related to my story last week too. I was assigned to offer incense to the Buddha and to the Bodhisattvas. As I was holding the incense going to the Bodhidharma shrine to offer the incense to him, I walked by a cat. And out of nowhere, a thought came. I'm going to poke the cat with the burning incense. Yes. And then a couple of days later, I walked by a very cute 3 years old girl, and then a thought came that I wanted to pin her cheeks. That was okay. That was a little bit of affection, but poking burning incense to the cat, that's not acceptable. But the question is that, how did that come about? How did that thought come about? Terrible, isn't it? Going back to the story of the man. As I shared with you a couple of weeks ago, that the emotion that gives energy to the thought, and that the thought pour fears back into the emotion, and then emotion gives out more energy to the thought, and that interloop keeps spiral upward, and then finally the action became. And this is the story of the man too. It's no other. Immediately that when I read the news, and I know that how the mental formation processes. First that if we go deeper, I don't want to go deeper than that. But it's so simple that first the emotion starts out, and then if you cannot hold it, it becomes thought, and then the thoughts that brings the action, and the destruction is right there. So it's it's extremely important that we are mindful of ourselves, of our mental state, and of our thoughts. In meditation, I'm sharing with you my little secret. I was gonna copyright my formula, but since you guys were so good yogis, so I'm gonna sell it to you for nothing. The real attitude of meditation is that to observe of what is going on within your body and your mind. And what is going on within your body and your mind is subject to be impermanent. So first, observe. Second, the object. Third one, very crucial one, the mental factor of remembering. You have to keep refreshing yourself. What is your object? Either you go back to the sensation, either you go back to your I would say the primary object. It doesn't matter. But you remember to go back to your primary object. And second, remember is that your primary object of your body, of your mental process, of your thought, are impermanent. And the fourth step is that you let go of that. Let go of your thoughts, especially. The observation is some kind of like a concentration that bring you down, bring your focus into the subject. Slow down your mind so that you can recognize what is going on. But that is not yet that you really have to, because of the important thing is that you have to remember. And this remembering that everything is impermanent, that impermanence is the wisdom. That's wisdom. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. That wisdom of impermanence is the key to unhook yourself from suffering. So it's very important. Two things to remember. Your primary objects, and then the object is impermanent, let go. If the man let go his emotions at first, there wouldn't be any problem. But since he let it go and then it become thought, and right at that thought gate, if he can stop the thought, then there wouldn't be any problem, because once you stop the thought, then only the energy of anger is right there, but it wouldn't be so destructive. So remembering is very crucial thing in meditation. You have to remember. Going back, no matter what. Don't think that thought is bad. Remembering is the better one. Because it doesn't matter how during the 30 minutes sitting down, it doesn't matter how many thoughts you have. It doesn't matter. But as long as you remember your object, you go back and you remember that this is impermanent, you let go of it. That will do the trick. and the wisdom of impermanence. There are two kinds. The kind of instantaneously that you intuit your intuition that immediately that you know what impermanence is. You don't have to reason. You don't have to think about. You don't have to plot what it is. But since we don't have that kind of instant, so we go to the second method. As I studied years ago, that I remember the term in psychology that classical reinforcement. That you keep doing it, you keep saying it, you keep thinking about it, it becomes it. So you keep thinking that, okay, thought is impermanent, and then you reinforce yourself that this is impermanent, thought is impermanent. Then gradually it's gonna eat in your bone, goes into your marrow, and it becomes natural in it that, oh, thought is impermanent. So you don't have to think about it anymore. It just becomes innate. So it's very important that we remember. There are more, but I don't want to overfeed you. So, so in such a thing like that. What else that I need to say? Can't remember. Oh, good. Impermanent. So anyway, going back to, oh yeah. That's right. My goal in this 3 months period here is that I try to share with you the step progression of meditation and the Zen meditation. And let's make it clear that there are two mainstreams. There are only two mainstreams right now in meditation, which is Vipassana and the Zen. The Vipassana that which we are practicing right now, that I showed you, that the walking meditation, that you have 3 steps, that you land, you lift, you move, land, lift, move. Or your breathing meditation is that you follow your breath. All of those are objective experience, that you have an object to meditate with. In Zen meditation, it's a totally different story. We can take maybe a minute or two to do this little exercise that I hope that you can get it, because of in any kind of Vipassana, you can high bridge that you will get a sense of Zen. Okay? Now, maybe I would like to ask you to close your eyes. I'm going to say a number, and then you repeat your number in your mind, okay? 1, 2. Really concentrate. Let's see what is going on. Please. Okay, that wasn't so hard. Can you tell me what is going on? Please, share.
Those are the objects, 1 and 2?
Okay, that's right.
Waiting for 3.
Waiting for 3.
Yeah, that's what I felt, that I was waiting for 3, so while I was saying 2, I wanted to say 3.
Okay. Is that all the same commonality, that consensus that you're waiting for 3 and you are close, but not that close to Zen yet. Okay, now this is 1. This is 2, right? What is it in between 1 and 2? Do nothingness. Do nothingness.
That's like the space between our breaths.
Space between 1 and 2. Now, when you have that space, of course that I know that you experience that space, but your expectation creeps in. You say that wanted to wait for the 3. Right? Okay, now, the same thing, okay? Now, again, with this exercise. Close your eyes, please. 1, 2. Now, now you have your 1 and 2 in your mind. I would like you to drop the 1. Now I would like you to drop the 2. Now I would like you to drop your expectation. Now I would like you to drop your curiosity. Completely silence. Drop the searching for object 2. Drop that. Can you feel the Zen yet? When I ask you to drop the 1, do you know that you're dropping the 1? There's only one number 2 in your mind. When you drop the number 2 too, there's nothing in your mind. There's only mental factors that working. That's why I'm asking you to drop the expectation, drop in the searching, and then there's completely silence. And that completeness is Zen, because of in Zen there is no object. As long as you grasp an object, then you're out of Zen. Completely let go of everything. Then Zen is there. So it's not very far. It's not very far from your object that the breathing, or the counting, or the mind, the thought. When you empty everything, then Zen is there. It's not that hard, not that special, but is the sense of getting it is kind of because of the nature of our regular mind is that to reach out, grasping on object, and then automatically analyzing and do all sort of things. Or when the mind doesn't is in some kind of state of rest, and without controlling, it pops out that, okay, I'm gonna poke the cat with burning incense. Yes. So it's very natural. The process of the mind is like that. Just right there at the threshold, you will be Zen, or at the threshold you will be Vipassana. It doesn't matter. Actually, it doesn't matter which practice that you employ, because of either of them will bring you to liberation. What was it I'm gonna say? Can't remember. Was gonna try to say something about. Anyway, my old clumsy mind. So do you get a feeling of Zen? Great.
But even,
Oh yeah. Yes.
go ahead.
I try to implement you that you have more tools to use in your toolbox of meditation, because of sometimes for this matter you can use this kind of technique of meditation if we solve it, but tomorrow the same thing happens, this kind of technique of meditation won't work, and then you have to use some other tools. So the more tools, the better that varieties for you to work on it. That's what it is. Yes, Kathy.
Yeah, early when you said, do you use Zen or object, I thought I used both, because if you think hearing, you're hearing, but you let it go, that's still not Zen?
You let it go. You let it go, and you have to really check your mind. Is it empty? Actually, when you say you check your mind, then you're out of Zen already. But just like that, okay, this is the practice of effort. That once you remember, just like that, you strike the bell. Bong. At the very first, the sound's very strong, but then gradually it diminished, and then to the mute. Same thing. When you first remember, you turn back to Zen already. You live with your awareness. At the first, the momentum is still there, so it's strong. You remember, but maybe moments later, it's going to gradually diminish down, and then you forget. Then you have to remember again to bring it back to the focus. Now, remember, the awareness is not the same as the object. This is two different things between Zen and Vipassana. Awareness is awareness. That's it. There's nothing else. The know in mind. The know in mind. Not know in mind. The only function of awareness, I'm using the awareness and know in mind, interchange. The only function is to know. To know what? To know the object. But you don't live with the object. You live with the know in mind. That is Zen. It's kind of hard to, because of it's so abstract. We used to live with a mundane mind that it works every time that as long as you wake up, then the mundane mind starts kicking right away. That you plan, everything that, okay, today is Friday, today is my day work, at 7 o'clock, go get some breakfast and then go out to the car, let's check the gas, everything. The mundane mind works constantly. Is it wrong? No, it's not. It's only that the mental factors. Okay, the mundane mind has two kinds. That is the mental factors, and then the functional mind, which is intention, attention, mindfulness, such a thing like that. The functional mind, in any cases, in any time, it's going to work, but it doesn't demote or promote anything because of a thief. A thief can be very mindful, and his intention is that to steal. So intention, it's just a functional or mental process that works within your mental perimeter. But the mental state, the mental factors that greed, anger, love, hate, joy, sad, such a thing like that, brings destruction. So the functional mind is okay, no problem. But the mental factors, that, okay, just like that, I've been eating vegetarian for so long. I'm so happy that because of my happiness, I'm going to reward myself a piece of chicken. Such a thing like that. Yes, so it. That's what it is. That's what the mind is, and.
So did you just say awareness was part of Zen?
Awareness, you can understand in interchange that awareness is knowing.
Okay.
But the word awareness, it took me quite sometimes. I think that it's like 2 years before I can understood fully the word mindfulness and awareness.
Because you said it was different than object, so what, can you give an example of what an object would be? When you're focusing on like a vase or something?
Right. When you focus on that.
Visualizing.
Okay. Actually, this one will be okay. Okay now. Years ago, that I was a fan of the symposium between the Dalai Lama and the top-notch scientists in Dharamsala. The topics are always around the nature of reality. And to tell you the truth, that I could not understand it completely, maybe because of my limited of English. Until later that I came across the same agenda again between a conversation between Alan Wallace and Sean Carroll. I don't know, the name rang any bell? Alan Wallace and Sean Carroll. Sean Carroll was theoretical physics professor at CIT, and then Alan Wallace is a yogi as well as a scholar in Tibetan Buddhism. So both express the point of view. The Sean Carroll say that nature of reality is based upon particles from the big bangs that swallow a whole bunch of galaxy. Galaxy has so many star system, sun system, and then in the sun system will be planets around the sun. And we are a small species in that planet, and within us there are so many particles, subatomic, such a thing like that. So from a huge, that unimaginable huge, going down to a very tiny speck. And he said that nature of reality is this, blah, 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 blah. And then Alan, he is not only stopping right there, but he presented the nature of reality from the point of biology, neurology, even math. That math that has the point of view of a nature of reality too. And lastly, he presented that they all have forgotten one thing. That is the viewpoint of Buddhist psychology. And now, I can demonstrate. I did not take his example, but I can demonstrate. It's so simple that right now, as you all listening to me, you forget that the existence of the floor. Now, when I mention about the floor, you're going back to the floor, so the existence of the floor exists. When I mention that, when you have an intention to go back, then the existence of the floor manifested. See, the same thing. The matter, it doesn't matter, but there has to be mind all combined together in order to make it happen. Just like a radio with a perfect components inside, but the radio is not going to work without the energy, the electricity. Something like that. I'm saying that too much, and then I forgot the focus point that.
What is an object?
Oh, object. Okay. So everything is object. Everything which you can sense, you can feel, you can visualize. That's object. Yes. And then the non-object is that to know in mind. That's it. The only thing. You don't have to believe this. It's okay. It's perfectly okay, because it doesn't matter that believe it or not. If you practice the right way, then it's gonna take you all the way to Nibbana. Just like that, go back to the simple explanation of meditation is that observe the object, and then remember the object, and remember that object is impermanent. Let go. Right there is the door for liberation. Is it simple or what?
Very hard to do.
Thank you. It's so simple. It's extremely hard to do because of our habitual mind that has been set for eons. And now, just for a moment of awakening, and then you say that it's going to eradicate everything? No. It's going to take as long as, who knows? But we keep doing it until one day that we see that the proof is that not now, but you can check. You can see the attitude of your mind now, and then maybe a couple of years later, there'll be something different. and that is the progress. So it's, and I see that just like going back to that story, that's a very sad, tragic story. And if we just navigate the mind to the good cause, for the good cause, then we all live in peace, living in a better world. I don't think it's hard. Of course, that right now it's, you're right, Kathy, it's not that easy. Yes, it's not that easy because of the habitual of the mind. Terrible, terrible. So I hope that I'm not gonna poke the cat with my insects. Because of just like that, it's just like if it happened, okay, the first thought, you let go easy. But the same thought which happened again, who knows that one of those thoughts that leads you to poke the cat. So true. Yes. So, okay, you have any input, anything to share with, please?
Yeah, Todd, I had a question related to poking the cat.
Yes.
And it's that when I dream at night, you know, I have many very strange dreams. Nothing as violent as poking a cat, but many very odd, kind of unusual dreams. And so is that related? Because at night, when we sleep, all these thoughts, somehow they come to the surface, and maybe they're there all the time.
Ooh, tough one. Okay. In one sense that the electrochemicals between the two synapses that they sparks and then creates a thought or a pattern of mentality. To me, because of there are so many objects unnoticed that enter your mind and stay down there. And during the sleep, you have no control over it because of what? All the five senses, especially that the perceptions, that is not at work anymore. So the mind goes freely on its own, create its own formula. And because of that, you see so many weird dreams. It's just that this is five fingers. But when you cross this, it's still five fingers, but it's different formation already. And then you cross it, no matter how you maneuver your five fingers around, and then you place it in different orders, it's still five fingers, but it comes different formation. Same thing that the data input, that okay, this, and then when you don't have a control over it, it will automatically set itself into something. And that's why that we have dreams that like that. But you can experience that during your meditation too, because of when you are about to fall asleep, weird things happen. It's completely normal, quite normal. So it's okay. But that is a very keen observation too, because of it's not easy. It's not easy. I love watching myself going to sleep. that the process may be different in each one of us. Sometimes that the sense of the body goes first, or the hearing that goes first, or the seeing that goes first. I don't know which it was, but all of that die. Only the mind, the mental process goes on, is going on, and that's what happened. That's why you see the dream and such a thing like that. And then with that too, you can actually feel, you can actually get a sense of Zen right there, because there is awareness. There is a knowing which knows the dreams without controlling, because this is a good time that for you to grasp hold the sense of Zen, because of the perception is not there anymore. The perception plays very, very crucial key, that because of its function is to grab on and then go into the storage house of the mind, and then pull out the information, just like that when you see a rose, automatically a rose, your eyes, and then perception works go into your storage house of the mind, and then it pulls out information. This is rose. So and during our waking state, perception works like that. And when we sleep, perception is not there anymore. That's why we cannot control. And then we have dreams on its own. It works on its own. It creates the dream on its own, such a thing like that. Weird, huh? Interesting, huh? I'm so interested in mental process that up until now, there are still things to learn. Okay, any more? Yes?
Yes, Ty. I believe last week you explained a difference between loving kindness and compassion. And I think what you said was that in compassion, somebody actually takes an action. And do I have that correct? And can
Yes,
you
yes,
explain that?
yes, yes.
Can you explain? Because I didn't understand that distinction before.
It's you feel pity, you feel empathy for someone like that, a victim of tsunami, such a thing like that. You feel sorry for them. That is love and kindness. But compassion is that you take another level, you made it into an action, you donate money for them. That is compassion. And in those four sublime mental states, the third one is the hardest one. You feel love and kindness for the unfortunate beings, and then you make an action for that unfortunate beings. But you don't feel joy when a rich person who is making more richer. You feel angry. You feel envy than joy. Okay, I'm happy that you're so rich. I'm happy that you are a doctor. Somehow our pity mind that don't like someone who is superior than us, something like that. That's very natural. So the joy that okay, you're happy for someone who is inferior, but not very often that you feel happy for the superior person that was such a thing like that. So check it out. Anything else? I saw your slogan again. That yes, what was 6 local 6 united.
Local 69ers stronger together.
Yes, yes, yes. And when I saw that, I saw automatically. So it sets in my mind that when I saw that, I saw the union, the oneness, which is we can explore that later on. Okay. So thank you for bringing that. So do you have any more, please?
So what did you say we have when we have the same thought over and over again? Like if you worry about the same thing or have anxiety over the same thing.
Okay, worry is a part of mental factors. Just like all other mental factors, worry is subject to impermanent. You happy forever? No. You sad forever, or you in love forever, or you love and kindness forever? No. They come, go, come, go, come, go. But since we get hooked on the good mental factors, and then we forget that the bad mental factors, we have a sense of rejecting the bad mental factors. But the good and the bad, they are subject to impermanent. They come and go, come and go, come and go, come and go. Just like this temple here, you come and then you go, you come and then you go, you come and then you go, the temple is still here. So, so just remember, again, the key, okay? You observe there is a worrisome in you. And then you remember that this is an object, and this object is subject to impermanence. Then let go. Do it as many times as you want it, as needed, because of it's not like 1 time, 10 times, 100 times, even sometimes it takes 1,000 times. It doesn't matter how many times, because of the practice has no time. In meditation, there is no times at all. You keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. It sounds like not good, pitiful, huh? When will it end? No, it's never end. Yeah. But it doesn't matter as long as when it becomes your natural innate be mindful, then it's going to be present there for a long time. So you don't have to worry. It's just a matter of bringing it back, and that counts.
You're very right, because I was putting time and number to it. Like if you worry, can I worry every other day or once a week, once a month? But no, how can I be worrying? Like I feel like I'm worrying too many times. But so I wanted to reduce the amount and the time without doing the practice. So.
One more thing that you need to really look into is because of your expectation.
Yes, definitely.
Now, behind the worries, worrisome, that the expectation is that you want to get rid of it. Now, instead of dealing with one thing, you are dealing with two things: the worry and the expectation. So might as well that just keep the worry, and then it will go away. I guarantee. I swear, cross my heart, 2 million times, it will go away. Yes, like that. Okay, any more? May this merit be a good cause for eradicating our bad karmas in this life and in future. May this merit benefit all sentient beings. May we all attain perfect wisdom. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. so, folks.